So yeah, we were just leading into a topic in South Africa that's actually quite big at the moment. Nicholas Ninow, he's been sentenced at the moment to life for actually raping a little girl.
Yes, to life. Yes.
Yeah, well done, everyone, guys. I mean, people always say that the justice system doesn't prevail.
They had to
come through.
They had no choice.
I think we can all, and the whole of South Africa can be so proud of this decision. It was quick. It didn't take time.
For legal action, it was quick.
Yeah, and I don't know. I want to go through with everyone's thoughts and just what's going on at the moment. Why is this a thing, and how can we actually stop this kind of stuff from happening? What should be put in place?
There's a hard truth. There's a hard truth that people struggle to accept, that I came to reality of. The world has always been the way it is in terms of negativity, but it's being filmed more. So women have always been raped since ever. Always been raped a lot. Men have been raping, been killing a lot. It's just being filmed more. Yeah. So it's a very difficult question when you say, how do we stop those type of things? We just have to do our best to stop it. But sometimes people make it like it just came. And I'm like, no, guys, this has always been there. It's just being covered more. Yeah. The media doesn't cover it enough. There's a thing I always complain about. Here's maybe a solution even that could help, at least to the 13% that is on the internet, is that every week I see this thing called, what's the hashtag?
Me too.
Or Motivation Tuesday. Yeah. So there's these specific hashtags that are on every week. Yeah. For like the last 7 years, right? Yeah. Motivation Tuesday or Tuesday, right? Yeah. And I'm like, instead of making those trend every week, why can't we make an awareness hashtag for every week? So every Tuesday, because
for every week, not just when the situation arises.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, we only talk about this when it becomes to media. So I'm like, okay, cool. Instead of complaining, let's be consistent. Make a hashtag every week, me too, that comes every Tuesday or every Wednesday. That at least we can, because technically we're human. We can't talk about it every single day. We still want to be happy. We still want to do our lives.
I looked at just on that, I mean, a while back, I checked the stats basically in South Africa for rape, and I think maybe murder as well. No, I think it was rape. And it was just saying about how many rapes occurred, how many were reported, and how many were resolved. And the percentage was
ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And it's sad. But I think also, like, as guys, we do need to take accountability, you know. These stupid jokes that guys make and things that happen, you know, we just need to say, listen, guys, we need to dumb it down ourselves. Yeah. We can't be, we're all guilty of it. Everyone makes stupid jokes at a time, you know.
We need to join the hashtag.
We need to join the movement, actually. And join the movement. You know what? We shouldn't make these jokes. It is inappropriate. And maybe if there is someone listening that might think it's funny and not take it seriously.
Another problem is guys keep quiet. Like when a woman are like, obviously venting out their frustrations, we tend to, and I noticed it, we tend to keep quiet and stuff. And, there's excuses of, but I'm a guy and I'm a good guy. It doesn't matter. Like you said, it's our responsibility. It starts with the hashtag of being consistent. Let's support women and tell them even like, yo, let's do a hashtag. Let's help them find solutions. Let's do a hashtag every week on a Tuesday or Wednesday. We say be aware or me too or something like that,
just to help them out.
Because in 7 years that can really stay in people's brains and they'll always be aware, they'll always be woke. I think it's just annoying that when something really bad happens, that's when we want to talk about it. Look, like on social media right now, people are not talking about it.
It's died down again.
Let's talk about the Nicholas Ninow matter quickly. For those on YouTube, I firstly just want to apologize. I left the ice on the table.
It's fine. Let's carry on.
Mine just popped off here. I don't know what happened.
I saw that explosion. Wow. So Ninow, if you don't know, he raped a 7-year-old girl in a Dros.
And it was known as the Dros Rapist.
Yeah, it was. I think it was September already last year.
Yeah,
it was a quick trial.
It was quite quick.
And he was on drugs and all of this crap, which is obviously one of his excuses essentially. And he plead guilty that he raped the girl. I mean, when he got caught, he was trying to.
It was red-handed. It was ridiculous, bro. It's so sad to hear, dude. It's terrible.
There was a video circulating of him getting caught, essentially, and it was horrifying.
It was so sad to watch, bro. It made me fucking so angry, bro.
Words can't even describe.
So he got found guilty
for life,
for rape, possession of drugs, and the obstruction of justice.
Life sentence.
If I'm not mistaken, because he was flashing panties and all that stuff. So recently, I mean, this week, just before recording this podcast, he got sentenced. So he got sentenced to life imprisonment for the rape.
Yeah.
And he got sentenced to 5 years for possession of drugs and 5 years for obstructing justice. I think one of the 5 years was running concurrently with the life sentence, which I always find to be the most bizarre fucking thing.
His life sentence,
because
right?
It just means, no, when you run concurrently, it just means, say you get 2 5-year sentences for different crimes. They run concurrently, that means you get 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like you didn't get one other sentence.
And the thing with a life sentence is that we spoke about before this is that it's actually only 30 years and then it's parole afterwards, right? Yeah, okay, well, you could get parole or you could get life without parole.
Yeah, so
he got life.
There's a common misconception in South Africa that life means 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you even hear in lots of songs.
25. Oh, it's 25 years. Sorry. It was 25 years, not 30 years.
Even just the title, man. When you think about life, it should be forever in jail.
It should, yeah.
You'll see the case now. What it is that when you're sentenced to life, it means you are sentenced to life, but you are entitled or eligible for parole after 25 years.
Yeah.
So you have to apply to the parole board, and if they decide yes, you can be released, then you get released on parole. They can always say no, and you remain in jail.
That's
also
crazy, yeah.
Some sentences come where they go, you sentenced to life without the option of parole. That means you're there for life.
For life, and that's what he should have, I reckon.
So he should have had that. No, he
life
didn't
without
get that.
parole.
Yeah,
it's someone like that. I don't want them in society. And being in prison is obviously to keep you out of society.
Yes, there's various reasons. One of the big reasons is rehabilitation.
Yeah, that's the whole point of prison. Yeah, that's actually the whole point.
Someone like that.
He argued such a strong case that he was on. Not a strong case, sorry. He argued.
He tried to say he was mentally ill and
drugs, and that he also said that he was physically abused as a child. But he said because he was on drugs, he acted impulsively, all that stuff. So maybe with the 25 years. With entitlement to parole, maybe he'll fucking...
I'm going to say sorry, but in my opinion, fuck that. There's no excuse, bro. That was a 7-year-old girl.
He's an emotional speaking person, yes, entirely.
Yeah.
So he's got 30 years basically because the 1 5-year is...
And then after that, he could get parole, but let's all hope he doesn't,
Yeah, let's all hope.
Yeah,
I think it's a crazy topic, and there's crazy things that like this that have been happening in South Africa. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping track, but... there've been a lot of abductions at universities. I don't know.
It's insane.
Like almost every week I read a new person's been abducted.
It's a topic I've spoken to people about just to see how they feel about it. Because I love asking awkward questions because it needs to be asked.
It's a bit more awkward. More than awkward.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or
uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
And one of the things like women hate, and obviously apologies to women especially. It's not even a blame on women per se, but do you guys feel, and even the viewers right now, and most people probably disagree, but it's a question that needs to be asked, is that do you feel like when social media came about, and women are put on a pedestal of beauty, a lot of people say Instagram, like, everyone's a supermodel, all that kind of stuff.
Then you get
do you feel like it
guy.
made creepy guys have more access to women and desire them and stalk them more? Because I see even parodies and all these guys, like, they make jokes of it obviously on TV shows where a guy will be like, okay, I'm going to date her in my head. I saw that on Family Guy where Brian is like, he asked the girl out and she said no. Then he's like, okay, let me follow it on Facebook and then date her in my mind. That psychology actually is bad because what it does to you is that when you do see that person, you have this certain mentality,
this infatuation, this like,
and it makes you do bad decisions.
To you, it's essentially you like, oh no, I'm in a consensual relationship with this girl because I've been dating her online. Now when I see her in person, I can sort of do what I want. Is that
and
a big quote in my head.
And a big quote that I've heard is that girls are like,
especially
I'm not going to apologize for the thoughts that you had in your head. A lot of guys will be like, I bought you a drink. Now this should happen, or no, it doesn't work like that, bro.
Yeah,
you need to be,
and it's also the psychology thing of men that are sometimes these abductions from also men that are mentally ill, right? So I watched The Joker, and just one part, obviously no hectic spoilers.
We don't want any spoilers.
No hectic spoilers, but the psychology of it is that he saw a woman, and in his mind, this woman connected with him just because she, gave him an action in the elevator.
That's
and
crazy.
When she gave him attention in that elevator, in his mind, he started implementing her dating him. So if he's wherever he is, she's there in his mind. So when he realized she's not there, you know what I mean? And when he really wanted her, that's when he killed her.
That's
you know what I'm saying.
crazy,
So it's
wow.
it's,
I haven't
these,
watched the film yet. Thanks for that.
Watch it. No. So it's not a full. It's not a hectic one.
I hope he kills her quickly in the film, and there's a
There,
remainder.
I don't want to spoil. See. So there's still more questions. So I didn't spoil it too much. I just left it vague, right?
You just spoil it.
Yeah, it's not too much. It's vague. You know. So definitely. So that comes to that social media thing of the and rape and more abductions. Is that there's these guys that are so infatuated with these girls they see on Instagram, and it's not the woman's fault. You're allowed to be beautiful. You're allowed to be naked. It's your body. It's social. It's do whatever you want.
No, I agree with that fully.
I support you fully.
Yeah.
These mentally ill guys will be like, damn. They hate that they can't have that.
Yeah,
they see it all the time.
And they work themselves up in their room and they do this fucking crazy shit.
I do social media detoxes because I take on energies of people. So if you put negative statuses,
you get that.
It actually affects me. Yeah. So when I see people saying their opinions, and you're allowed to say opinions, but sometimes people's opinions do have an effect on me because it's like a thing of protecting your energy. When when everyone says you got a small circle of friends, why? Because you're protecting your energy. You want to be at the right frame of mind, right? Now, picture social media. You're taking on 30,000 people's opinions.
A lot of people struggle with
brain. So I have like 38,000 followers, right? And maybe I follow 900, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm taking the opinions of 900 people and I'm
cry at each negative comment I got.
Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, we're exposing ourselves to it now, so we'll see what happens.
So guys think depression comes on social media from a person that looks rich, a person who has girls. No, it can come in different forms. For me, my depression comes in social media when I take too much energies of people's struggle, people's opinions, and sometimes the opinions, like there'll be some girls that even like maybe talk a certain way that can affect me, you know what I mean? Or there's guys that speak a certain way even about women where I'll be like, damn, unfollow. But now because I read it and there's people out like that, their energies rub off on me and it's negative, therefore I get depressed and I don't even know why I'm depressed. It's not because of what they say, it's because of the energies they bring to you. So now you feel like depressed. So I stop social media. I do detoxes like every year.
I think it's good. I think everyone should.
2-week detox where now I'm focused on what's actually happening in front of me. And I'm not weighing on everyone's burdens, because that's what social media is. When you're reading everyone's statuses, you're taking on everyone's burdens, whether it's positive or negative. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
it's
good to do
it's
that.
very different. I mean, you a much larger scale
than most people.
But even if you're a person that follows, you can have 500 followers, right? But you follow 1,000 people, that can still affect you.
Exactly.
The thing is, for a person who is just a general person on social media, you can decide on who you want to follow and who you don't want to follow. So you can regulate what you're listening to and what you're not listening to.
Yeah. But now as a person that's your fam, your friends, or people that you do want to follow, sometimes they'll have a certain effect, or you don't want to unfollow.
That's true.
It's someone that you work with.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? And now you like, snap, I can't unfollow this person because I think they have a relationship with that person, but what they say, because it's actually their private space, doesn't sit well with you, and that can affect you as well. So instead of unfollowing or deleting whatever, it's just nice to just block off and have a detox. And
I think people should just be responsible, like with the way they use social media.
Yeah, you just gotta
look
be
at who you
responsible.
follow. Do they actually inspire you, or
because what you're saying is important, bro. It is important that you need to choose also right who you following. It does. It is
the
important.
content that you are
subscribe
consuming will dictate how you live your life at the end of the day, because it's what you're consuming every day.
Exactly.
And that's going to dictate how you live your life.
Exactly.
But just to bring it back a bit, with the abductions at the universities and stuff, do you think that's the fault of the universities or the police force? Like, where do you think is going wrong there?
What Tumi was saying, I mean, he talks about social media and stuff like that. I think that's a very small portion of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a guy who just got, a Nigerian dude, he was in South Africa, who got sentenced to some ridiculous flippant sentence for human trafficking.
Yeah.
When you talk about, so there are active abductors out there.
Yeah, they've always been there. Yeah.
And yes, there's fault in various places. I mean, security, one thing, because I think the one chick was walking from UJ and she got snapped up. I mean, security couldn't help in that instance.
Well, there was another story where they put the student in the boot and then used her own access card
to get out.
of
This was long
this
year.
year.
Oh, really?
I
didn't hear that.
And it comes to me saying that when we asking what do we do about it, it's like we need to find these solutions because it is hard for everyone to find them. And I don't know if we can get them right now as we speak, because you're mentioning things. I was actually thinking about it now. I'm like,
it's hard to
okay, security,
spot,
beef up security. But then there's some points where they can abduct you
and
when
no
one's looking in the dark.
Yeah.
And, you know, you use the access card. So do you think that, you know, men and females, because men can also be abducted.
Obviously,
do you think they just have to be more vigilant?
I think
women will be like, yo,
always.
why do we have to be like this only men? But I'm like, guys, also men are in danger. So what do we all do as a collective?
But because if you walked around UJ at night time, it's fucking scary.
With your phone, they jacked. My trainer just got jacked. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just how it is.
There's hardly any lighting there. It's dark. You can't fucking see anything. It's crazy.
So obviously, try not to walk at night. Like, we'll start there. At least a simple instruction is like
simple instruction.
Use the buddy system.
Use the buddy system.
Use the buddy system.
Yes. Always have a friend.
Yes, the buddy system.
But I mean, you get guys who finish lectures late, which I think was the case with the one girl.
Yes.
And she was walking back to Res, which was out of
and it's close to
and
it's close by.
And also, what does a human trafficker look like?
You don't know.
Yeah, no one knows. So what do you do now?
But what can you do? What is there available?
People are tired.
Buddy system, 100%. I think
it's the best one so far.
I think tightening up security, but to what extent?
To what extent?
Checking everyone's boots would be a good one. Like, sir, can I check?
States are doing that. So I think varsity should start doing that as well.
No, I think it's good.
Because even when I went to fetch a friend at it was UJ, it was so easy to come in and out. And come on, like,
you should have seen when the protest was there, it was impossible. I was coaching at the time. I had cricket stumps in my boots. No, if you're not happy.
They're like, what is this?
Stumps. That's dope. You see, at least they must be picky.
Someone, you know?
They gotta stay doing that. You know what I mean? They must even ask, what are you gonna do with the stuff in the boot? I like that.
Rather more
but it has
than
an
less.
effect of being like, when you see so much security and so many things that they are required to do, it gives you an off-putting feeling. Sorry, that English was horrific. But
it still doesn't go very well.
If you've seen there and everyone's getting patted down, you're like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, you don't feel like you're at a place of learning. You feel like you're at a prison or something.
Landed in fucking Afghanistan, bro. Like,
but I'd rather have people feel uncomfortable than people getting abducted.
Yeah.
So you know, I think maybe people and the government and universities should just look into it a bit more, because obviously these sort of topics, they're affecting us as a country. So I think it's something that we should definitely look into more.
Yeah, we can't really chat too much more on abduction, because that's a whole discussion in itself.
Exactly.
But for now, basically all I want to do is just give Tumi the opportunity to let everyone know what he's doing at the moment, who you are, again, where can they find you?
Yeah.
There we go,
man, so, you know, I go by the name of Tumi Kladi. And yeah, guys, you can catch me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, at Tumi Kladi. So it's Tumi.
Tumi Kladi.
Yeah. Tumi. You know, so TUMI, one word. And yeah, you can catch my music on all music platforms. Check out my show on the 1st of November. We at Lounge Rooftop in Honeydew, the Ridge. You can catch my first live show there, and it's the first of many.
We'll try to put some links to that.
Definitely, all of that stuff will be in the description, and I urge people to actually have a look at it.
Come through and just show support to upcoming artists, man. You know,
I agree with that 100%.
And we're trying to build an industry for the future of upcoming artists and the future of shows.
That's the whole purpose of this episode.
And give you guys something different in a commercial way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. To me, honestly, you've been an amazing guest.
Shout out, guys.
Obviously, we've been very honored to have you, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, man. Hope to come back soon and discuss more topics, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Cheers,
Yeah. Shout out.